All right. I'm going to try something here. The camera. I'm just going to keep going until I get it. Let me try something here. This is the curse of Scorpio ascendant. Uranus square Saturn. I've got Mars at 16 Aries. And at 17, I got Nemesis. They both trine Saturn in my midheaven, which is squaring Uranus conjunct my ascendant, opposing Mercury and Chiron on my descendant. If you understand the language of astrology, then it's easy to understand. I have Ixion at 11 degrees Scorpio, parallax my ascendant. That's Ixion's path. I don't think I'm the first version. So that to me is a Promethean process on the Apollon line, Helios, the sun. Because I have Phaethon, parallax my sun, Phaethon. Between the sun and Phaethon is Algol. That's disturbed Medusa. There is a pause, there is a patience that I'm cultivating in life. Hence the Taurus sun in the 7th. All the asteroids make aspect to my sun. The asteroids are very feminine energy. Taurus is a feminine energy. My south node, north node are on a yang masculine axis. 612. That's turning the mundane into a higher dimension, spiritual. Trying to spiritualize and make what you do holy. Ritual. Living with some kind of intention and not being pulled into things. So there's a lot of dynamics going on. There's probably many more that I'm unaware of and a lot more to what I just said. And the same could be said of you. Have you ever wondered why you resonate with certain things? Have you ever wondered why certain things happen to you? Why you happen to people and other things? Have you ever thought life was a curse? Have you ever had any gifts? I play guitar because I like it. It's relaxing. And after you noodle around on it long enough, you start to figure things out. For the first year when I started playing, I played like this, and I could only pick up. And I started going like, that was like how I got into it. Very elementary, very childlike, curious, you know, like a monkey. Then after about a year, I was able to play it like this, but then I could only pick up. So then I started listening to Metallica and learning how to pick down. Then I started to learn emulation and timing and all that stuff, so I just played Metallica songs. Then I got into Megadeth, Slayer, Anthrax, all the thrash metal bands, speed metal bands. Then I got into cacophony and virtuoso guitar stuff. Then I got into classical. Then I got into death metal, melodic death metal. And then I went dark for a long time. I didn't play for 15 years almost. Maybe occasionally. Then about 5 years ago I started getting back into guitar. I had a few spurts in between, about a year or so each time. But I realized I needed something. Because everything else was just fake. So then I started getting back into it and playing, and then about a year ago I started to figure out, forget everything I knew, because I didn't play any of that stuff anymore. I just was playing what I wanted to play, my own things. And then I figured out some things. And every day I figure out a little more. I don't feel like playing every day, but whenever I pick it up. When you have things like that, it doesn't matter you can still have goals and go for things and try and achieve things. But if you don't achieve them, if you don't get to where you think you're going, or it's taken longer than you think, or you're down, or whatever, you've got something. You can put tension to form. So when I'm old, if my hands still work, I'll have something to do. I also like doing this, you know. My cat thinks I'm talking to him. He's just sitting there looking at me, slowly blinking. So I'm seeing more tension, but it's a creative tension. At least it can be. Putting tension to form, you know, just doing something, anything, being part of a creative flow. Right now, if you want to do any intentions, you should set it before the winter solstice. Don't wait till New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve is a side effect. You want to be going, whatever you're doing, wherever you're going, you want to be starting now. That full moon activated some Mars thing. A little bit different for everyone. Depends on what sign, where it's at, what aspects are making in your chart. But no matter, even if there's no aspects being made to your Mars, the Mars archetype, the psyche of Mars is flowing through you differently now. So maybe some epiphanies happen, maybe you feel some kind of pressure to do something. Maybe you feel called. There's a lot of different ways it can express for you. But putting tension to form, there's a lot of tension, a lot of fear, a lot of FUD, they call it. A lot of statics being thrown around in wild assertion. So people are standing in their power. They're using their delusion. Regurgitations of ancient archetypes through mythological relation to the cosmos, to this world, to reality, to your consciousness. Are you regurgitating Abrahamic echoes, trauma loops, evolutionary mechanisms, change makers? Or are you bringing in new myth, new mythology? Maybe it's so ancient it's new. Maybe you feel that flowing through you and you don't know what it is. You don't know what you're doing, you're just doing it. And you're doing it well sometimes. Ask yourself, what beliefs do you need to kill? So that an authentic expression of yourself can flow and meet reality honestly, openly, without preconceived notions of the truth. Whatever beliefs you let go, whatever you sacrifice, if it's real, if it's true, it's immortal and it will come back to you. When you begin to do these things, you realize that What is for you is for you. What isn't for you is for you. Doesn't mean you don't try. Just means you try until you don't, and that's entirely up to you. The world's falling apart. People are down all over the place. This is a reverberation of the stock market crash, the Great Depression. Things happen in cycles, there's reverberations, energetics, and you can infer certain things through these energetics, mythological dynamics in the world within yourself. People that invested, people that were bold during that time, the Great Depression, the stock exchange crash, I don't remember the dates. The ones that were bold were either in on it or they were following their intuition, following their spirit, they were standing in their power. That doesn't mean that they all succeeded, but you can't succeed if you don't try. And if you're here to live, why not? Don't let the world program you with pain. That might have been an expression you've gone through, but you have the choice to change that any time. Don't paint yourself into some dualistic paradigm of a feedback loop, shadow projection from a passing age. We're coming into new times. You can be those new times, but you got to change your ways. That's the only way. Kill your beliefs. What's true is immortal, like you. If you feel like you're stuck, if you feel like you want to ascend, if you feel like you want to be liberated and you want to achieve moksha or enlightenment, there's many ways to do that. And I believe only a small fraction of them have been recorded. So this is your opportunity. You don't need to copy what other people did to get there. You could create and pioneer your own way. At the very least, when you get to your old days, if you didn't make it, then you can just follow a traditional path and see how it leads, if you so desire. Me, I'm here to bring enlightenment to form. I want to be all I can be right here, right now. I've limited myself in life. And I think the vast majority of us have, in many different ways. Now is a time where you have redemption as an option. But as we know, we need to feel it. We need a reason. That's where you try and cultivate your creative flow, your spirit, your spark. Whatever you got to do to motivate yourself. That's the gift of these harsh times. Very few people will take advantage of that and very few will succeed. But you have to make a conscious effort. Wu Wei does exist, sure. That's what I'm trying to learn. So there are people that are just automatic, they're destined, they're in their intuitive flows. But if you're like me, you drift in and out with the ebb and flow of life. You're feeling so many different things, it's hard to process. but I can tell that these are good times. Doesn't mean they're going to be easy. But if the payout of life is the experience and the wisdom and whatever you pick up of value in the moments that matter to you most, that's what you take with you. You are elementalizing spirit through your form. I'm speaking in expressions, parables, poetry, allegory. I don't know. I'm just feeling what I feel is right. And I don't care about the details. That's how you can learn to laugh in life. Truly. Alright, now let me see if I can do this now. This much. Just look in these eyes and tell me, what do you see? It's an ancient sin. Down to me. Oh, I wanna know when I'll be set free. 'Cause it's a war within, and it's inside you. Blinded by this light I don't see. I must confess, I don't know myself. I see you stand there in your righteous indignation, and you're shadow bound to a dream of something else. But when you realize that lies in the eye, then you will know it true. The game's on you. I see you floating, 'cause life is but a dream, and you are floating now. Now you know you're free. gets handed down to you and me. I don't know how that turned out, but I'm going to put it online, so we'll see.